Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly forecast for December 19th through the 25th. You might stumble upon this at a much later time. It's all good. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to see it. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective. Therefore, not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. Without further ado, my dears and my darlings, let's see what's coming up for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to see what messages we have coming up. Move you all just a little bit closer. First card is the Queen of Cups. This could be you in your lovely, watery Scorpio energy. You could be dealing with a fellow water sign, a fellow Scorpio, a Pisces, or a Cancer. So you might be focusing on wherever your water placements are right now, getting those areas of your life together, organized in a row. Queen of Cups is very soothing, nurturing, loving, intuitive energy, very heart-centered energy. So some of you might be coming into this week very much in your heart space or very much in your heart center. I am feeling a sense of compassion. Like Scorpio, I feel like a lot of you are doing some level of healing work where you're getting into those hard to reach places, those last few cobwebs in the corner, those little tough little edges or corners. You're like getting into those crevices in your healing or releasing. And I feel like you're releasing by way of compassion. Like you're feeling compassion or empathy or putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, or like maybe realizing, sure, maybe they were unfair towards you, or maybe they lacked common sense, or they were toxic or hurtful in some way, but you might be taking a step back and seeing the situation where you're like, this person did not, like, nobody gave this person tools in life. They hardly had any tools, right? They had they had like a pair of like preschool safety scissors. Like they did not have really anything significant in terms of tools. And so you might have compassion in that way, that this person just really was very ill equipped when you encountered them, or they encountered you, or they birthed you into this world, or whatever it might have been. You're realizing how ill equipped they were. And so you may be releasing through compassion. Now, some of you have heard me say in my readings, Queen of Cups comes up when emotional self care is very crucial for you at this time in reaching your goals or manifesting the things that you're trying to manifest. So, this means that you might have waves of emotion. Since you are in your heart space, you might have waves of emotion that are coming to the surface, and you might be tempted to push them down or not deal with them, or I'm busy, or it's inconvenient. But to me, the Queen of Cups says you have to make time to deal with these emotions that are coming up. Maybe you can't deal with it when it comes up if you're at work or you're in the middle of the grocery store. That might not be a good time to have a good hard release, right? But you can make it a point before the day ends, before the end of the day, before I go to sleep. I'm going to sit with these feelings. I'm going to let them out. And then Queen of Cups for me is giving yourself the appropriate aftercare. So doing something afterwards to soothe and comfort yourself in a productive way and fill up your cup. Maybe you're going to cuddle up with a blanket and watch some movies that cheer you up or inspire you. Maybe you're going to do some creative project, some art project. Maybe you're going to have a nice hot cup of tea or a bowl of soup, or take a bubble bath, or whatever it might be. Just something that is soothing you, comforting your spirit, filling up your cup, giving you that aftercare. It's going to be very important. As you're coming into this release, because also as you're doing this, you're changing your relationship with the people around you. Maybe some of you Scorpios have found people treat you like a rock. People treat you like you're the strong one, or you don't have feelings, or they make you feel that your feelings are inconvenient. So if you act like your feelings are inconvenient when they're coming up, then that's how people are going to treat us. But here's your chance where you're shifting it. You're making your emotions and your needs a priority. So, guess what? You're going to start to deal with people in your life who care about what you're going through, who care about what you feel, who are going to, you know, make time to help you through stuff, or to be there for you, or to comfort you, or to soothe you. So, there's this shift happening for some of the Scorpio collective here. The next card coming up is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands could be a point of no return. So you may have started a project or a goal. Maybe you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and the Queen of Cups is saying that you just need to take a moment to fill your cup and make this push and continue to move forward. Oftentimes, the Three of Wands is telling us that we're making this push, we're moving forward, and receiving back a positive return. So, Queen of Cups coming in with the Three of Wands gives me the feeling and the sense of a calm before the storm. Maybe career has been slow, or love life has been slow, or self employment, your business has been slow. It's about to get hectic. It's about to get busy. It's about to start raining down busyness here. But right now is the time for you to get the emotional self-care in order and balance, to come into your emotional self-care routine so it's nice and solid and consistent, because you're going to need it to deal with the flow that's coming in. It's going to get busy. If you're doing something in terms of healing, maybe you're a tarot reader or an energy healer, maybe you're a life coach or a psychologist or a psychiatrist, or working in the medical field, or maybe you're just doing something that's dealing with helping heal people, or helping people who are troubled. Maybe you're a social worker or some kind of caseworker. I hate to tell you this, but in this busyness, in this advancement, in this work that's coming in, you might find that the cases that are coming in are higher, or like more complicated. They're more complicated situation, people who have been through more difficult situations. And so you need to have your emotions on point, because you need to be emotionally stable, present, have your cup nice and full, because you might be helping some people who are very hard pressed here, or who have been through very, very traumatic situations. But keep in mind, if you weren't ready for it, it wouldn't be here now. It's here now because you're ready for it. Some of you may be doing really, really intense work where you're dealing with people who have been rescued, or who have been taken out of situations where they were taken from their homes, and they were being out there on the black market, and they were being forced into really bad situations. There's certain words I'm not allowed to say, but I think you have a good understanding of what I mean. Some of you could be helping or healing people who've been through, you know, traumas of that caliber. But this is the thing: if you weren't ready for it, it wouldn't be here now. But there's a time of coming into this busyness, and so you got to make sure that you're on point, that you know how to take care of yourself and fill up your cup, so you can do this work without getting drained, without missing a beat, and meeting the demand that's coming in. The next card that's coming in here for the Scorpio collective is the Eight of Wands. And so Eight of Wands could be a seeking a deeper connection, seeking meaning, seeking purpose. Now, Eight of Cups basically says the thing that's missing is the spiritual connection. So even if you're doing spiritual work, or even if you have a spiritual routine, the problem with routine is just that it becomes routine. It loses its magic over time. So just like we have to keep our relationships fresh, we got to freshen up the spiritual routine from time to time. So this is going to be a good time to do things in terms of incorporating new elements into your spiritual routine that bring in a sense of zen or a sense of bliss, whatever that might be for you. Eight of Cups is also a positive card for me in my readings because it tells me the goals that you're setting, the things you're manifesting, you're going to reach them. The only issue is that after you reach them, you might find yourself like, oh, but something is still missing. So I must have focused on the wrong thing. And now I think that this other thing is going to make me happy. So as soon as I accomplish that, then I'm going to feel happy. And then happiness is constantly contingent upon something in the future. And each thing we accomplish, we're proud of ourselves, we're happy for a little bit, but we're like, oh, it's still missing. I must have been mistaken. You know what? I'll be happy when I accomplish this other thing. And so your angels and guides see how hard you're working and they don't want you to go through that cycle. They're like, look, you're working so hard on the things you're trying to manifest right now. We want you to enjoy the fruits of your labor when it comes in. We want you to feel satisfied and full and happy and feel good about where you're at. So please take this time to strengthen the spiritual connection so that you can experience the joy of the things you're accomplishing and not feel as though you're going to have to fill a void with some future accomplishing something else. You're able to just be in the moment and celebrate and enjoy all the things you've worked hard for instead of throwing yourself into another project immediately after. Your next card here is a major arcana card. So this is significant life chapters, significant crossroads in our life. So it's not energy that gets wrapped up in 7 days, but things could be happening in the next 7 days that are setting some things into motion. If you have Taurus placements, there could be big changes and big shifts happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. Some of you could be dealing with a Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. That might be a significant soulmate in this time in your life. The Hierophant can also be commitment. Some of you could be manifesting marriage or healing a marriage or recommitting in a marriage. And some of you might be reminded here with this Hierophant that you're going to have some big decisions coming up. And it's going to be really important that you're making these decisions based on your ethics, your beliefs, and your morals. And so that being said, there could be something with religion here for some of you. Maybe you're going to have like a relationship coming in and this person might be a different religion. And I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't believe or, if you should or shouldn't convert. It's not my place to tell you those things. But you might say, is this really so different? At the end of the day, do we believe the same things? Do our religions teach pretty much the same thing, right? Might there be slight differences, but at the core of it, is the heart of it the same? Are the principles the same? Are the values the same? Are the ethics and morals the same? So then really, is it that different? So there could be something here where you're being asked to look at something in terms of ethics, morals, principles, values, versus like a list of doctrine. Okay, I can't tell you what you should believe, but some of you might be in this kind of situation. Or just, like I said, looking at what you're going to do based on the ethic and the spirit and the principle versus doctrine, making your decisions based on faith and not on fear. And as we make our decisions based on our principles, our priorities, our ethics, our values, we're going to find that we're gravitating towards people who have those same ethics and values and morals. And what ends up happening now is we have solid foundation and we're able to build things that are going to be long term in our life. So a sense of stability and security comes out of that. You might want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. There's a playlist in the description so you can find the other weekly forecasts more easily. If you want to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description that takes you to my scheduling page, calendly.com/amethystangelite. You can schedule a private reading with me there. If you would like to watch the 2023 forecasts, There's also a playlist in the description that takes you to the 2023 videos. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my darlings.